Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So first of all, I want to wish you a very happy 2021 for all of you who are already in 2021, from, I guess, India to the Pacific, all those countries. So happy 2021, and of course to all of you like me that are waiting still to begin this 2021 in a few hours. So happy beginning of this new year. So of course that today, this year 2020 has been one of the most important years to connect everyone and to try to think in a different way from this year on in the future. So for sure all of you agree that even if a lot of people is still trying to hold and to live the same reality as before we were living before this year, most of the people that we know, that we hear in networks and that we see in the world, they have been experiencing this kind of crisis in which this year has been pushing us to see everything in a different way, to think in a different concept of our lives, and also to change our way of thinking, to awake our consciousness. So this year has been like a master for everyone, and it's been a great opportunity with all its bad things, it's good things, it doesn't matter. It was a good year to change our point of view, to begin with our inner growth. Because remember that since March, mostly, we have been doing alignments, going within, we have been resignifying all the concepts of our lives. So this has been a very tough year, because as everything, when we are learning, we are breaking concepts, we are breaking structures within ourselves. So that's why it hurts. But this is a really good year for everything that we need to do. So from my person to all of you, I thank this year, this time that we have been sharing all together in the path of transformation. So as I thank to this cycle of the year, I also want to thank all of you, because as I see, we have been kind of always every day the same amount of people connecting, live streaming, and also the same amount of people connecting in other times, in other days. Really, I really want to thank you all for being every day connecting, for being every day doing the alignments, every day sharing, all of you who are writing, all of you who are just watching, and all of you who are doing the alignments every day, because I didn't expect that so many people would be connecting every day for 5 months in a row. And of course that this is just the beginning, because tomorrow is the new year, and we keep going, not only for another 5 and 6 months, but for the whole year. We have a great year of work to do together. And also thank you, all of you, for having the patience of listening to me in both languages, even if you don't understand Spanish or English. Thank you for listening anyway, and for helping me to for listening me repeating myself every time like a parrot, and also for helping me answering all the other people that are new. How is the dynamics of our encounters? So also thank you very much to all the people that doesn't speak Spanish, neither English, and even though you are here listening and trying to catch everything as you can. So also thank you, because I know there are many people doing that. So thank you very much. So another thing also, thank you all of you who in this year, in this 2020 and before, of course, have been joining the RCM Foundation, because when you became a member, you are helping me to do this all the time. And of course, if we keep doing that in this way, I guess I would be able to do kind of this, not every day, but kind of this every week, maybe in the next years too. So thank you very much for helping me do this for free for everyone. So of course that this doesn't end now, that this keep moving, and this is just another day where the calendar ends. But of course that this calendar, the Gregorian calendar, is not really the good one. I guess that we all know that this is not the best calendar ever. But even though it's the calendar that we all share in the world, so that's why it's in our subconscious all together. So that's why we take this moment. Of course that today we believe that this is the end of the year and the beginning of the new one, but really for us it's not the energy ending the 2020 and beginning the 2021. It's the symbolism, okay? Because the 2021 is the one, it's beginning. So for us, it's much more symbolism that this new year will bring the beginning, but the energy of 2020 really ends in in July 2021. So don't expect new things. We will be kind of in the same mood for the next month. So remember that the end of a year really for us would be the solstice and the equinoxes. Okay, that would be the most important thing. So we already had the 21st December. That was the beginning of the real new year, we would say. Okay, the solstice, the winter solstice, or the summer solstice for the south. That would be the beginning of the year. The reason why we take the 31 of December is because from the 21 of December, they take the Roman times, they celebrate 10 days of celebration of the end of the year. So it was like the holidays for 10 days. So when the day where the holidays ended of celebrating the new year was the 31. So today. And this is the beginning. This is what they say, okay, the celebrations end and now we start to work again. And that's the god of two faces that they call it Janus. Janus is the one that gives the name of January, the month, which is the god of two faces, saying we begin the new time. So that's why in the calendars, they took this day to say, okay, this is the end of the year and the beginning of the new one. But really, is in the solstice. Things of calendars, I don't know, history. So we could say that it's been 10 days that we are in 2021, but okay, we celebrate that today with everybody. So the topic for today is the axis. Axis is because everything that happened in the Earth, talking about changing 1 year to another year, the change of time and so on, it's all because of the axis of the Earth. The axis of the Earth is the central line, imaginary line, where the Earth is moving, is spinning. So everything that happened on Earth, the tectonic plates moving, the seas moving, the changes of the planet, evolution, everything that happened on the planet and Earth is because of the axis of the Earth moving. Well, the axis of the Earth. So first of all, let's try to understand what axis means. Axis is a Latin word that you may say axis to, which is the how do you say, this main part of a wheel that turns and makes the wheel turn. Okay, so would be that thing on the middle that allows the wheel to move. So that's what the Romans call axis. And this is because in European languages, the word ag, which is the origin of axis, ag, means to move or to drive. So driving would be the origin of driving would be ag. So that center, hub, you call it? Okay. Like this rod, like a cane, like a rod, okay, is the hub where everything moves around. So that's the axis. So axis is not about what is fixed in one spot, but is the symbolism of moving ahead. Okay, so it's related to movement, not to being still. So let's go to the idea that we for sure all know, which is these sentences that we used to say, this person is in its axis, this person loses its axis. What really means to be in your axis, in line? So we usually think that a person that loses its axis is a person that is doing everything wrong, is a person that is mistaking everything, that is lost, that is even crazy. So the idea of axis, of losing the axis, would be like if you are driving a bicycle, for example, and you have these two wheels, and you go with your bicycle, and suddenly when you lose your axis, the axis of this wheel, it starts to do like this, like move like this. So there's no other option than fall down, basically. So we would say that to lose the axis is to lose the balance. So this is something that we have already spoken before. That to be in axis is related with the idea of being coherent with what you think, what you feel, and what you do. So imagine that that we have a bicycle with three wheels aligned one another. Okay, So if one of those wheels lose the axis, so the other two may fall down. Okay, so what we have to do is to work on trying to be in that axis, so that coherence, so we can move forward. So the way in which I will achieve to find the axis and the balance in between these three wheels is through the essence. The axis is the essence. So what is essence? Essence comes from the Latin word essere, that means to be, and ens, that is the quality of a being. So it's an entity. Okay, so essence means the ability or the quality to just be. Remember that we have spoken about this before. So the essence basically means to come back to who you are, to the reality of who you really are. So remember that the axis is not something that holds you still in one place. The axis is the one that helps you to find the power of yourself within, so you can use the energy around in order to build new things from yourself and transform the outside. So it's about moving. So the axis basically is a key to transformation, not a key as a structure. So we as humans living in this world, we have to learn from Mother Earth on how it transforms itself. The reason why the Earth is transforming, is changing, is creating life constantly is because of the movement of its own axis. So to understand how the Earth moves and how we can also move, we have to think about the three ways in which the Earth moves its axis. So there are many other ways in which the Earth is moving, but the main trinity are the ones that helps us to exist, to transform, to create everything that we are. So the first one is rotation. Rotation, yes, is the spinning of the Earth. This movement on the axis means that well, it's the one that we all know, because every day we are changing 24 hours. So because of this rotation of the Earth, we are changing every hour. We can see the night, we can see the day, we can see the different stars. So it's because of the spinning of the planet that we are able to see and transform every day. So what does the Earth with this spinning? It can see everything in 360 degrees. And this means that because it is spinning in its own axis, it helps to the Earth to have different point of views. So imagine if the Earth would see only one point of view. That would be the end of life on Earth. So compared to our life, to be in our axis is not to have one point of view, is to be able to see the 360 degrees of ourselves, to be able to see different realities, to see different cultures, to see different perceptions, perspectives, and everything. So I am not going to lose my axis because I change my point of view. That's the comparison that we have to do with the rotation of the Earth. So the message of rotation would be that the Earth every day changes its point of view, and even though it is still the Earth. So this means that it doesn't matter if you change your point of view, you will be still the same person. Okay, so don't worry about that. So the second one would be precession. The precession is the movement of the Earth that points towards a north. So because of the precession, we have the idea of the northern star, the North Star, where we are heading to, and also the eras, the ages where we are going through. So the movement of the Earth, by rotation, is going from east to west. Okay, so it's like if we are seeing from the North Pole, we see the Earth moving like towards the what's that? Left. Towards the left. So the Earth is moving like this. Okay. So that's why we have the perception of during the month, we have the perception of the constellations going from Aries to Taurus to Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and so on, which is the normal one that we perceive. Okay, but the precession goes the opposite side. What it means, the precession is the movement that points towards a star, so it's telling us about the ages. Okay, so this movement of the Earth is totally the opposite. It goes like this, towards the right. So it starts to spin towards the right in the North Pole. And that's what makes you perceive that the ages goes from Pisces to Aquarius towards Capricorn, and then Sagittarius is the opposite direction in which we use the month. So the rotation of the normal spinning of the Earth every day, 24 hours, goes to the left, and the precession, which is in the North Pole, the movement of the North Pole, goes to the right. So just to have this in mind, the spinning of the planet in the rotation is 24 hours. So we all can live that 24 hours. But the movement of the precession of the planet takes 25,776 years. So 25,776 years to make the whole spin. So that means that it will move 1 degree per 72 years, which give us that along 2,150 years, we will have the North Pole pointing to one constellation, kind of. So this means that that's what we call an era, 2,000 and almost 200 years. So that's what we call an era. So during all that time, the planet is pointing to Pisces, the planet is pointing to Aquarius, and so on. Okay, so that's the precession. So the movement of precession is the one that is telling us that we have to, in our lives, as the planet does this every 2,000 years, we also have to do it in our own life. So during our whole life, we divide our lifetime in 12 different parts. So this will take like a few years, each part of the process. So this means that we have a slow process of assimilation of the information, but in this process we will become the different aspects, like being a child, being a teenager, going to school, then to teach something, then to become a parent, then to become an old one, to have a trip, whatever. So you will become different things in your life and you will have to assimilate that and also transcend that. Okay, so that's something that you must do in your life. So it's something that it's inevitable. Okay, like for Earth, the ages. And the third one will be the translation. Translation is the movement of the Earth around the sun, like with the shape of an egg. So that would be the translation. So the movement of translation would be this spinning of the Earth around the sun. And if I cut this spinning in 4, like in a cross, I will see that when the Earth is moving around here, I will find the equinoxes like this, spring and autumn. And in the other side, I will find summer and winter. Okay, so that's the solstice and the equinoxes in this movement, okay, of the translation. So in our life, this process of translation means the process of accomplishing something. So in our life, for example, this spring, summer, autumn, and winter, we call it expression, experimentation, integration, and transcendence. So these 4 are our own seasons of our life. So every year we have to go through this process related to, I don't know, relationship, related to a study, related to a trip that you did, I don't know, whatever. It could be whatever, an inner process that you are doing, whatever that you are doing. So this is this is the process, okay, of the 4 seasons in our own life. Also, to picture this, the movement of translation is the one that shows us also the path that we take in that process of 4 stages. This path of translation is divided in 12, which are the 12 months. Okay, so we have the Earth going through around the sun, but going in front of the constellations. And that's why we perceive, okay, the constellations every month. That's why we change the constellations every month and the signs, okay? Basically, kind of like that. So that's what we call the path every month. Just to know that there are many constellations, not only 12, but the main ones, the 12 ones, were divided like this according to the constellations that are seen in between the tropics, the Cancer tropic and the Capricorn tropic. So these 2 imaginary lines of the planet holds these 12 constellations. We have other constellations on the north, but you cannot see it from the south, and other constellations in the south that you cannot see from the north. So the ones that you can see from both positions of the planet is the 12 in the middle, okay, that you can see from both sides. So as I said, there are many constellations, a lot of constellations, but because the time was divided in 12, according to the point of view of our planet, the ancient ones choose only 12 constellations to guide the time in our planet. But also the psychology of those constellations were given by the ancestors according to what happened on Earth when the Earth was facing that constellation. Okay, so if it was spring, I don't know, they give some energy to this constellation so we could understand better. So they give this psychology to the constellations according to what was happening in our planet from the point of view watching that constellation. So to wrap all this idea, everything that we have talking, the transformation of the planet is because of the movement of the planet. So everything that the Earth does, the transformation, the creation, everything that we are doing, moving around, is because of the Earth not stopping to change. The axis of the planet is spinning constantly, it's moving around all the time. So the only thing is that the Earth doesn't want to be another thing. The Earth is the Earth. The Earth wants to be the Earth. So this is why it doesn't it doesn't have any problem with changing herself, with changing its point of views, with changing the ideas, with changing the dresses, changing the weather, changing everything, destroying, creating. It doesn't matter, because for her it's always the same. It's the Earth. It doesn't matter. So in this new year, I encourage you and encourage myself too to live more like the Earth. Remembering that we can change all the times that we want, and the only thing that we have to remember is that our axis is the I am. That's it. So this is why connected to the Earth, if you remember who you are, if you just you just become yourself, it doesn't matter if you change constantly, if you do different things, because you are who you are, and like the Earth, you are changing, transforming yourself. Okay? Don't fear change. So I hope that this makes a summary of what is the movement of the Earth, and in this way to understand why we begin a new year. Let's go to the information for today. The vibration for today is, the statement for today is, I am the eternal celestial. The code for today is the higher self. Every conscious swimmer in this vast cosmic ocean is a projection of the conscious aspect of the I am, of unity, and that way every distorted entity has at the same time a distorted self, projecting from the inside, that we call the higher self. It's the super consciousness that connects us with divinity, with the matrix and the records, the swimmer that guides us, and we are its suits. Let's go to the alignment. So today is the last day we listen to the music of the animal kingdom related to Sagittarius. So tomorrow we begin with the music of the human kingdom, with the human kingdom related to Capricorn. Sit comfortable. Focus in your breathing. I remember that my body is the summary of all the animal kingdom, and through my consciousness path, I guide them towards the enlightenment. Take a deep breath and remember, becoming aware that I am floating around the planet Earth in the shape of gas, of clouds, like drops of water flying in the atmosphere. I can see below me all the continents, oceans and seas. I see Africa. I see from Africa, Middle East, Oceania, Asia, Europe, North America, Central America, South America, and the Antarctica. And from the Antarctica, I see the cold ocean of the Antarctic surrounding the white continent and pushing its cold waters to the oceans, the great Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the long Atlantic Ocean towards the north, finding the Arctic Ocean. I recognize the body of the earth in me, for I am the earth. I feel the oceans from my feet in every cell, in every blood. I feel Middle East and Central America in my knees. I perceive Africa in my genitals, Oceania in the sacrum, Asia in the plexus, Europe in my heart, North America in my throat, South America in my brain and third eye, and the Antarctica in my crown chakra. And I recognize that I am this celestial being, for in my atmosphere, the white and the light blue colors shine in my skin towards the space. I spin as the earth, observing the sun and the moon, the day and night, and all the planets around, far away. I contemplate my body spinning around the sun in this journey through the constellations, as I integrate the process of solstice and equinoxes, my inner cross of spring, summer, winter, and autumn, I see the constellations in my journey, integrating all of them: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And I start to spin on my own axis, searching for the balance, spinning towards the right, watching the whole process of the history, my entire cycle, my entire year, the last 26,000 years of our history integrated here and now in my axis. I recognize I am the earth in constant transformation. And even though I am, take a deep breath and vibrate. As I take a deep breath, I expand this torus, the great magnetical field that surrounds me and goes with me throughout all this journey. I am the eternal celestial being. I am the eternal celestial being. I am the eternal celestial being. I am, I see. I am, I see. I am, I see. Take a deep breath and begin to bring all this consciousness through your body and your magnetical field, caressing, touching, stretching, and yawning. And each one at its own time, come back here and now, recognizing your own axis. I am. Thank you, everybody, for having accompanied me and all of us in this network all together along this year 2020. I wish you a very happy beginning of 2021. Thank you. Happy year.